Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maggie. Today I have a favorites video for you. So I have 12 favorites I'm going to share. What I did is I put 4 categories together with 3 products or 3 things in each category that I wanted to share. I think these would be excellent gifts for people in your lives, but they're also just favorites of mine in general that I wanted to share. Not everything is something that I discovered this year, but it is something that I've loved throughout the years. So the 4 categories for today are makeup, beauty, so like skincare, hair care, body, non-makeup essentially. Then I've got home and I've got accessories. So if you want to jump to a different category, I will have timestamps linked down below in the chapters enabled so that you can do so if you're more interested in another one, but I'm really excited to share with you today. So let me get my things in order and then we will dive in. The first category today is makeup. And the first makeup product I want to mention is the Anastasia Soft Glam 2 palette. So there is an Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette that is a little bit larger. It's the same color, but this is the 2 and it's a like mini travel palette. I always travel with this. It is phenomenal for just a night away or a week away. It really does everything I'm hoping the little palette would do. So inside there is a mirror here. I don't want to totally blind you, but you do have a mirror, which is great. And then inside there are 8 shades. You have 6 mattes and 2 shimmers. As you can see, I've hit pan on some of them in there because I love it so much. And I just really love this because it's so versatile. I'm typically a neutral lover when it comes to makeup and eyeshadow and all of that. And I love this because I have an orange and a brown, so I can do kind of like a warmer crease and eyeshadow look. I've got this nice like mauve-y pink, purple, and then this burgundy if I want to go more like pinky burgundy. I have the 2 shimmers here. This one is kind of like a champagne gold. And then this one, this is called Sultry. It's gorgeous. It's kind of like a taupey purple, but both of which would work with any of those mattes. And then you also have, this is more of like a satin, so like in between a shimmer and a matte, this cream shade, and then a black as well. So if you want to do your eyeliner with this, you could. This really just offers a lot of options for traveling in one compact piece. And again, there's the nice mirror. It's small, it's easy. I just absolutely love it. And every time I travel, this is what I'm bringing. Sometimes I may bring a second palette with, but I'm always bringing this because it's got all my basics and I don't have to think about it, which is really what I'm looking for when I travel. The next makeup product I want to mention are the ColourPop Super Shock highlighters. So I have 2 colors here, but if you're not familiar, these are a cream to powder finish. So in the little pot here, it feels creamy when you touch it, but then it blends out like a powder on your skin. This one is the shade called Lunch Money, and it has a gold reflect to it, like a champagne gold, which I think is really, really pretty for a lot of different people. There's all sorts of different colors if this isn't your vibe. The other one I have is called Monster, and this has a pink reflect, so it's kind of like a icy white pink. And so this is really, really nice in the winter. I kind of like cooler tones more, so this is what I go for. And the nice thing about these is they just, I don't know, they blend really well, but they're also not too bold on my cheeks. Like you're not gonna see this from space, which is okay to me. It's just like a nice natural kind of, I guess, luminosity. It's not too much. It's not too little. Like I can still see some things on my cheek, but it's not over the top. So I just did a couple of swatches here on my hand. I'm not sure how well this is going to pick up here, but maybe I can insert a clip if this isn't working so well from this lighting. The reflect on these is just really, really pretty. So I would highly recommend if you've never tried a Super Shock highlighter. They are awesome. They make other Super Shock products like eyeshadows and blushes, but the highlighters to me are the best. So check those out. And the last one is a lip product, which I realize I don't have a lip product on, so I can put this on, but this is from e.l.f., so a very drugstore inexpensive product. This is called the Hydrating Core Lip Shine. So this has a little like clear heart in the center of it, and that offers the hydration, and then you've got a balmy color around the rest. And this one is the color Happy. It's a perfect like My Lips But Better type shade, just very neutral. Let me put it on. It is so hydrating on the lips. It's great for winter because it does offer, you know, a lot of moisture, and I find that the color itself works really well for me year round. I would love to pick up a couple other shades of this. It's on my list, maybe like the coral or a red, just to have a little bit of a sheer kind of color or wash of color on the lips. But if you're looking for something like every day, something you could stick in your coat pocket, this is a great option because it offers just a slight bit of color, but it's also very, very moisturizing and leaves your lips feeling juicy but not sticky like a gloss could. I think they're great and they're very inexpensive, so you should definitely check them out. All right, the next category for today's video is beauty, so non-makeup products. And the first one I'm going to start with is a hair product. So I like to blow dry my hair in the fall and winter. I use it's the dupe of the Revlon like blow dry brush. I got it from Amazon, but this product has totally upped the game for me. When I do blow dry it, this is what I use. It's a blow dry cream. So this is the brand Scene, S-E-E-N. And it's called the Skin Caring Blowout Cream. You can get this at Ulta. I'm sure you can get it at other places online. But this is amazing. I never thought a blow dry cream could do much for me. I've tried little samples in the past, but this has totally changed the game. I find that it makes my hair really soft. It helps with the frizz, and it also just helps the style extend longer. So when I blow dry my hair, I kind of like curl it at the bottom to give some like bounce and just loose waves. And this helps it stay. When I don't use this, it'll stay curled for a little bit and then it just goes flat. So this does help me kind of keep that style in place, which is what I'm trying to do. And I just love it. So I never thought a blow dry cream would change my life, but it has, and I would definitely recommend this one. I'm not sure if there's a trial size or not. I will figure it out when I'm linking things in my editing process, but this is excellent and I would definitely recommend. It also is dermatologist design, so it says it won't clog your pores like any your back or your chest. I know some people get sensitivities and break out from products, so if that is, you might want to check out this brand because it is specifically targeted for people that have sensitivities. So definitely would recommend. A favorite from the shower for me. So I got a pack of these cloths from Amazon. They're an exfoliating washcloth that I wanted to use to replace my loofah because honestly, I finally just got too grossed out by loofahs to not want to use them anymore. And I really like, you know, having the body wash kind of suds up and getting a little bit of exfoliation. I do have KP on my arms, so having a little bit of exfoliation helps with that. But I didn't want the loofah, so I went online and I found these. So they are cloths that has a little loop here if you wanted to hook it on something. But on one side, you have this coarse kind of like netted material. And the nice thing about this is you can machine wash it. So I found that right out of the package, this felt a little rough to me. So I machine washed them all and then dried them, and it came out a little bit softer. So if you do get these, you're like, wow, that's too rough, try washing them first, and then you may feel like they're a better consistency. But anyway, it's got this netting on one side and then just a soft towel on the other. And what I do in the shower is I get it wet, I stick my body wash in the center, and then I kind of go like this to foam it up, and then I, you know, scrub my body, and it feels really nice. It's not too rough for me. The lather is excellent. It definitely makes my small little dollop of body wash go further than if I was just using my hands. And I also like that there's a soft side. So if there's any areas that I don't want to exfoliate or I don't want to be so rough on, I can use that side. And it's just been really, really great. They're also excellent to travel with because it's just a cloth. You can fold it up. It's thin. It's easy to travel with. So this has totally been a game changer, and I definitely wanted to mention it because it's something that I never knew existed before personally, and this has been awesome. I also got a pack so that my boyfriend and I can use them and have our own, and then, you know, you can just machine wash them with your towels and everything. It's been a really great system for us, so definitely recommend. And the last beauty related item I have is Dossier perfume. So I'm sure that you've heard of them. I was a little bit skeptical to try them, to be honest, but I have really fallen in love with the products. So Dossier is a perfume and cologne brand that does inspired by perfumes or kind of tries to dupe perfumes. I have owned the real version and then bought one of the Dossier to compare them side by side. My boyfriend has two, and they're pretty close. I would say like 95 to 99% close. So, you know, it works. And what I think is nice about them is they come individually wrapped. So if you were to buy 3 or 4 different fragrances, they all come in their own boxes in a bigger box. So if you wanted to gift it, it's already packaged for you and you could just wrap this gift, this box as a gift, and that would be awesome. The one that I wanted to recommend is the YSL Black Opium. It's called Floriental Vanilla. So what I do when I get these, because it doesn't have the YSL name anywhere on it, is I write it in Sharpie and then I put a piece of tape over it, just clear tape, to lock it in, because the first time I did it, I wrote in Sharpie and then it rubbed off from being in my bag or me just touching it. So the tape kind of protects it, but it's really interesting. And I've learned a lot about myself and what my scent preferences are, because it lists the different notes. And then when I start to look at the ones that I like, I'm like, oh, I just like vanilla. Vanilla's in almost all of them. And I like pink pepper or pear, that's in some of them. So it's been also educational for me, but I really like it. You know, I've had good success. My boyfriend really likes their fragrances too. He wears Creed colognes quite a bit, and Creed colognes are expensive. Let me tell you, I bought him 2 before, but they had the same ones in Dossier. I bought those and he kind of compared them side to side and they are spot on. Now he brings these traveling with him, and actually have finished up the actual like authentic Creed and just sticking with these. The Baccarat Rouge 540 is amazing. Like, I've just been able to try and own more perfumes than I ever would before, because it's much more affordable and I can have, you know, 2 to 3 for the cost of 1, which is great. I get some more selection. So this is my current favorite. They have all sorts of things on their website. I'm not sponsored in any way, but you should definitely check it out if you want to give fragrances, because the cute little box makes it easy. I mean, seriously, you just have to wrap it then. All right, the next category for today's video is home. The first item I wanted to mention is color changing light bulbs. So there are so many different brands. This is from Ticklock. I will link it down below. I've had good success. I bought multiple boxes of this. When my friends have bought homes recently, I sent them a care package with a box of these. This is a 4-pack and they are just like traditional style light bulbs, not like a string light. Though those are fun too for like under cabinet lighting or wherever else. But seriously, the joy that color changing light bulbs brings me, I just never expected it. I don't know, but it's just so fun. Especially in the evening times, I will like to switch the color. Instead of like a white or a, you know, kind of yellowy white, a warm white, I can put it to orange or to purple and just kind of change the vibe of the room and kind of, I don't know, dim it so that you're calming down for the evening, unwinding. I also like, so these are run from your smartphone. There's an app. And with this one, at least, you can put in a timer so lights go on and off at certain times. We put these outside. I don't know if you're officially supposed to do that, but we did, because we have a light outside our front door and by our garage that have like a casing around it. So it's sheltered from the elements, but you put, you know, you have a light bulb in there. And that's been fun because we've been able to put the timers on so they go on when it's, you know, dusk, turn off in the morning. I also then for Halloween changed the colors to be orange, and for Christmas I'm totally doing like green and red lights, and it's just a little bit, I don't know, extra and fun. So I would recommend look into them. There's all sorts of kinds. Like I said, there's like string lights, there's light bulbs, there's a lot of different brands. I'm going to link these ones because I've had success and can actually speak to these ones, but I think it's just really fun, and it's something a little bit unexpected, even for those that maybe you wouldn't think would like it. I think they might. I don't know. It's just something a little bit out of the box. Okay, the next item I want to mention is a specific style of coffee mug. So this is just one example. This is from the brand One Vessel, but you know, Yeti makes insulated coffee mugs. Arctic is another brand. I'm sure there's even more. But an insulated coffee mug with a lid, game changer for me. So this is my favorite mug to use. This is from the Anchorage Distillery in Alaska. I visited and bought this from their little shelf there, but I think any style obviously would work. But it really keeps my coffee warm, and the trick is the lid, having a lid to really keep the heat in. I can make a cup of coffee. I only have 1 cup of coffee a day, so I make it in the morning, add in my creamer, you know, do the whole thing. But I will slowly sip it for about an hour and a half to 2 hours, and this keeps it warm. As long as I have the lid on and shut, because it's kind of one that switches like that. As long as it's shut when I'm not drinking out of it, my coffee will stay warm the whole time. So I really appreciate that. And you know, there's all sorts of styles and colors that I'm sure you can find. I've seen customized ones from Etsy that are really cute, but in general, these insulated mugs are totally worth it for any warm coffee or tea drinker in your life. It's my all-time favorite. All right, the last item in the home category also comes in its own box. This is from Golden Coil. You've probably heard me speak about this recently, but this is the brand I use for my planners. I think a nice planner is an excellent gift. They also do notebooks. There's all sorts of different layouts you can have in the notebooks and the planners. So there's like ones for fitness, there's ones for meal planning, there's ones for like babies and stuff like that. I don't have kids, so I don't really know how that works, but like growth development and all that. This is the one I got for next year. Pink, cute. But I just love it. I love that you can customize it. One of the customizations I do is I add in a second monthly calendar. So I have one that it comes with, and I add in an undated one secondly, because I like to have two calendars. You can add in blank sheets. It's just a really nice quality planner that lasts all year. They are a little bit pricey. I will admit, I always buy mine on Black Friday because they typically do a 10 to 15% off code. But if you are looking for something that's paper related, I believe they also have some other stationery options. Check them out. And they come in this beautiful black box. It's just so chic and elegant, and you could just seriously put a bow on it and it would be done. And I just think it's a really nice option and something that keeps me sane. Honestly, I use my planner every week. I work from home. I'm not like in school or anything, but I still use a planner for me to just brain dump, and it's been awesome for me. So that wraps up the home items. Let's move into accessories, and then we will close this video out. So the first accessory I want to mention are actually the earrings I'm wearing. I have two sets of these. These are from Target. I will link them. So they are hoops. And so I have the silver in, and then I have a yellow gold pair as well. And these are, I believe they're called an inside out hoop. So what that means is that there are stones and crystals on the front here, and then it's actually on the back as well, but it's inside on the back. So when you wear them, you have stones showing on the outside and the inside here instead of just metal. Whereas other designs, you know, like you could have crystals and stuff all the way around, but nobody gets to see the backside. So I really like these. I think they're fun. They're beautiful. I mean, they're not the most expensive thing in the world either, which makes it a great gift. So I have both, yeah, the silver and the yellow gold. I wear them all the time. They are definitely a go-to. And they just kind of have a little extra pop. They're not too wide, which I personally like, because if you're going to have all this bling, I don't want it to be too chunky. They're very lightweight. I've received compliments on them and always ask, are those heavy? Because, you know, they are a decent size hoop, but they're really not heavy for me anyway. So I would recommend, I will link these down below. There are other brands, I'm sure, that do a similar style, but these are just the ones that I personally love. Speaking of Target, the other two accessories are from Target too. So next I have this beanie. This is new to me, but I've just fallen totally in love with it. So I bought it this fall. It's this really nice cream color. It's super soft. And let's see here. The brand is Universal Thread. And it is so nice. It keeps me toasty. It's cute. It's got some ribbing on it. I don't know. There's just something about it that I absolutely love. I think that, especially for me, it's easy to say like, oh, I have two hats. Why would I need another one? But I don't know. I just never had a light colored one. And I love having it. It's really nice. So I do believe there are a couple different shades, but I really like this cream one. And cream kind of goes with everything. The only thing I don't wear with is a white shirt, because usually my white shirts are brighter than this, and that looks a little funky. But otherwise, I can wear it with anything and not worry about anything clashing. So wanted to recommend this because this is newer to me, but quickly become a favorite. And now it's my preferred hat. So I'm just saying. Okay, and then the last favorite for the accessory category today is a pair of shoes. So these are also from Target, and I have in two colors. So I typically do this. When I find something I like, I buy it in multiple colors. As we saw with the earrings, we're about to see with the shoes. This shirt, I have this turtleneck shirt in every color they make. That's what I do. So These are booties that I wear in the winter and I absolutely love them. So I will link down below. I will say if you're going to wear like thicker socks with them, go a half size up. They do half sizes. This is an 8.5 and this is an 8, and I wish I would have had an 8.5 for this one, just because the thick socks do make it just a little bit tight on my foot. But these are a wonderful winter wedge. So it's kind of a wedge design. There is a little bit of a gap when you're walking, but it's pretty low. The heel itself is very stable, and on the bottom, these are dirty, but you can see that they have really deep grooves, which is what you want for gripping snow in the winter. When you have thin grooves, you don't get much traction. So these work really well for me. They're kind of like a faux suede. I do spray mine, but I also don't mind if they get scuffed up. It's whatever. The other thing that's really nice is there's a zipper on the side for easy in and out, but the back part here, the heel, is elastic. So when you walk or you stretch, or if you have like thicker ankles, this is going to move with you, which is really, really nice too. It's very comfortable. I love the tab. I use it to kind of pull them on and off. And I don't know, they're just excellent. So I started with the black pair, bought these in January. And then this fall, I was like, you know what? I'm going to buy them in this kind of like tan color because I wanted variety. I do believe there's also like an orangey camel color potentially. I don't know if it's still in stock, but I will link everything. So yeah, these are excellent. They're great with jeans. You can wear them with tights and a skirt or a dress. It's just nice to have something a little bit nicer than a winter boot with some heel on it. So it gives me height, but it's not a total heel that I'm going to slip on. These have been a favorite that I can't stop wearing, so worth mentioning for sure. All right, I am losing sunlight. You're starting to see the shadow from my ring light, but that is it for today's favorites video. I would love to hear from you down below in any of the categories I talked about. What are any of your favorites from makeup, beauty, home, and accessories? Maybe you can give me some recommendations. And I don't know, sometimes I just have these random things that I want to talk about, but I don't know where to talk about it. So today's that video. That's all I have for you today, though. Thank you so much for watching. I am doing Vlogmas on my channel if you have not noticed. So I am posting a video every single day this month and some vlogs sprinkled in too if you've ever been curious about a day in my life. So would love for you to subscribe and follow along this month. And with that, I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.